We are Group 4.
Antacids are a common remedy for gastric reflux and other stomach woes. Our group aims to test and investigate the effectiveness between two brands of antacids, hydrocele and acto. Our criteria for doing so was the time taken for neutralization to take place. We did this experiment using vinegar as the acid and added the antacid while using microbit sensor to monitor the temperature changes throughout the entire neutralization reaction. We also used cabbage indicator to see how long it would induce a color change and to what extent. We found that acto brand antacid was more effective in doing so, as it neutralized the acid faster.
Over-the-counter antacids are a popular remedy for alleviating symptoms caused by GERD by neutralizing stomach acid. Despite their widespread uses, the effectiveness of each antacid may vary significantly, and thus customers need to be informed for making choices when selecting an antacid. Some backgrounds that antacids typically contain compounds such as aluminum hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and calcium carbonate, which act to neutralize stomach acid. The chemical reaction between these compounds and hydrochloric acid in the stomach increases the pH, providing relief for acid-related discomfort. Different brands of antacids contain very active ingredients, which can influence their effectiveness. Our hypothesis is that acto will be a more effective antacid due to it having more neutralizing ingredients.
Since we are using two different ways to measure the effectiveness of the antacid, we tried to measure both of the factors we were working with in a single experiment. Since we had no access to the working pH indicators in the lab, we made use of our own indicator using red cabbage. We put it in a ziploc bag, adding hot water to it, and squeezing until it comes before they contain the solution. For the actual experiment, we ordered the antacids to their respective cups and dissolved them into 25 cm³ of water to minimize the effect of the enthalpy change of solution. Afterwards, we measured the temperature and recorded it using the microbit sensor. After that, we measured out 25 cm³ of vinegar and 10 cm³ of indicator solution within squeeze beakers. Throughout the experiment, to avoid contamination, we used different squeeze beakers for each solution and raised the thermal sensor before putting it in the various solutions. After that, we measured the temperature of the vinegar mixture and put it back into the antacid solution, making sure that the temperature stabilized before we poured in the vinegar mixture. After that, we recorded the times that we poured in the vinegar mixture. And we made use of the pH color chart to observe the color change of the vinegar, recording the times that at the end point of the pH color change. Once both the point of high temperature was reached, we stopped the microbit and reported the data.
Here are our results. When hydroxide powder was added to the vinegar solution, the initial temperature was 27.7 degrees Celsius and is increased by 1.81 degrees Celsius to reach a maximum temperature of 29.5 degrees Celsius. Next, when acto powder was used, the initial temperature was 27.4 degrees Celsius with a maximum temperature of 27.8 degrees Celsius reached. However, in this experiment, there was only a 0.359 degrees Celsius increase in temperature. Based on our results, hydroxide would change the internal temperature of a person's stomach more than acto. This is unfavorable as it might disrupt certain chemical processes in the alimentary canal and cause other health problems. We also compared the time taken for each antacid to reach maximum temperature, which is when the neutralization reaction is finished. Hydroxide took 44.0 seconds to reach maximum temperature, while acto only took 23.5 seconds. Hence, acto took a shorter time as compared to hydroxide to neutralize the acid. We also compared the time taken for the vinegar and indicator solution to turn from pink to purple. We found that hydroxide took 332 seconds for the solution to turn purple, while acto only took 202 seconds, further reinforcing our claim of acto neutralizing acid more effectively.
After some research, we discovered that hydrocele and acto both have comparable chemical compositions. However, acto has an edge over hydrocele because of the presence of sodium polyhydroxyaluminum monocarbonate hexagon complex, which is stronger than aluminum hydroxide and hydrocele. Hence, acto has a greater acid neutralizing capability and provides more relief. Some of the limitations were solubility of the tablets and heat loss. This experiment used vinegar containing acetic acid, but it's not an accurate representation of the stomach environment that has hydrochloric acid. Future research comparing more ingredients and the effectiveness could be done to further improve on existing antacids while taking into account the possibility of other factors affecting effectiveness such as solubility. Thank you.
What are the safety precautions you have considered for the experiment?
So for our safety precautions, we wore rubber gloves to minimize the contact we had with the acid and also to minimize the risk of electric solution. The second thing we did was we wore protective eyewear to minimize the risk of acid splashes and all that. The last thing we did was to keep the microbit away from the wet parts because if not, it will be very easy for the microbit to short circuit or even to us, which will pose both a health risk and a risk to our results.
What are the challenges you guys faced during the experiment?
The first challenge we faced was connecting the microbit to the computer and exporting the data, but also to code the microbit for light intensity so that we can accurately measure how deep the color was, because if we only use our eyes, it will be quite inaccurate. So that is one thing.
Our second challenge is that it's very hard for us to coordinate a common time schedule. During school times, we all have classes and different CCAs. It's hard to find time in which we can collaborate together to focus on our project. During the holidays, me personally, I went abroad or went overseas, and so my other group members would also have to fumble around the time to have enough period of time in which they can collaborate together to focus on finishing the project. So the time collaboration is actually pretty challenging, but we managed to finish it off time by dividing the works out in group.
Feedback for group 4. So our first feedback is that the methods are a little long, so it could be shortened for easier understanding.
We also think that the poster is too wordy, so it can be a bit hard to read. So it would be nice if you can summarize the important points or highlight the more important points. And also, however, we thought that they had very clear explanations and they demonstrated their in-depth analysis and interpretation of the chemical data that they provided with.
So we also thought that they drew out logical conclusions and are supported by comprehensive chemical evidence. First, they put their chemical reactions in the poster. And they also constructed and justified by providing chemical explanations. And they also provided their methodological considerations, which we thought was really good.
Lastly, there was good demonstration of ability to analyze chemical data with good understanding in chemical concepts.
Thank you.